Hey guys, welcome. My name is Robin Leatherow and I'm an independent consultant and district manager with Arbonne. I am thrilled to have these two women on tonight. They're both amazing. I'm so grateful to have them both in my life. So we have Cristina Viera. She's my upline and very good friend. She has a heart of gold. And then Linda Gould, who I just met recently. She's a sweet soul and a sideline of mine. So I am just so grateful, like I said, to have both of these amazing women in my life. We're just going to go ahead and get started. We are going to share a little bit about Arbonne with you. So first, we're going to hear from these amazing women, since truly the culture of Arbonne is reflected in their leadership. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started with the first question. The first one is, who are you? So Cristina, would you like to go first?
Sure. My name is Cristina Viera. I will be 42 years old this summer. I was introduced to Arbonne in 2007, so I guess that'll be 14 years this year. I live on the east coast of Florida near NASA, where the space shuttle and the space program is, and the rockets take off. And I have a son in college who will be 20 in August.
Great, thank you. Linda?
Hi, everyone. I am Linda Gould, and I'm coming to you this evening from Orlando, Florida. And we are those grandparents that follow the kids around. So we're bouncing between Orlando, Florida, where we have one grandson. My husband, Jeff, and I will be married 39 years, 40 this year. And we have 3 grandchildren up in the Midlothian, Virginia area. And we have a dog named Coco, who's crazy.
Thank you, Linda. I don't know if you could hear, but my dog was slurping his water during your speech. So I'm hoping that comes through okay. All right. So my second question is, what were you doing before Arbonne? Cristina?
Before Arbonne? Oh gosh, I was in corporate America, primarily in banking and property management. I was working quite a bit as a single mom. I had my son when I was in college, and it's been him and I ever since. And I've been on a single income ever since. So my background, I would say, is in property management and finance.
Okay, Linda?
Yeah, so at the time when Arbonne came into my life, I had 2 kids that were in high school, a husband who was very busy with corporate America, executive management, and I also was working part-time in my field of accounting.
Okay, so the third question is, what is your favorite thing about having an Arbonne business?
Oh gosh, there's 2 parts to that. So yeah, there really is 2 parts. One, my favorite thing about having the Arbonne business is the choices that I have. I did not have those choices when I was in corporate America. I was in a good environment. I loved my bosses, but I was the mom that, like, if I'm just being totally transparent, I was struggling. I was the mom that was not on the field trips. I was capped out in my career as far as income, and the demand on me was just heavier and heavier and heavier. And being on a single income, I really didn't feel like I had any other options in life other than to be provider more than nurturing mom. So I was the girl that looked like she had it all together on the outside, but I was suffering deeply on the inside. So my favorite thing about Arbonne is the choices that I have. My other favorite thing about Arbonne that is just equally right up there is the environment and the community and the support and like the authenticity of the people. I thought this was one of those kinds of things, and I'm so glad that I didn't just put that wall up and I got to dive into the leadership of this company, because I would not be the person who I am now, the mom, the friend, the woman I've become, if it was not for this community. I have, for the first time in my life, Arbonne gave me an option on living my life to my full potential, where I wasn't a threat to other employees or you know, in that corporate world, they want you to be really, really good, but just enough, not too good, you know, because you might be a threat to someone else. And this is where you actually get encouraged to shine as bright as you were created to. And that is that's a big deal for me. So I've never felt like I was not enough or too much. It's just, Cristina, go be who you're supposed to be. So.
I love that. And I can really relate as well. How about you, Linda? What's your
Yeah,
favorite?
ditto. I figured we would be pretty similar on that because it's so true. Everything that Cristina said. For me personally, I think is having the freedom and the flexibility has been huge. And of course, I was part of corporate America, even though I was part-time, but same thing. They put a lot on you, the expectations, the stress. You would think you would have part-time stress, but I had full-time stress with the part-time job. So the part that I just love so much about Arbonne is the personal, just the opportunity to be a better person. And I remember hearing that early on, this is a personal development company disguised as a lipstick company. And I was like, that just sounds so weird. Like you don't learn about that in business school. And it's so true though, that we have this opportunity to become a better version of ourselves. And what better way to make the world a better place? But for me also truly is the community. I mean, that is the secret sauce for Arbonne. It is the people, it is the caliber of people that are attracted to Arbonne and that stay in Arbonne. And I mean, just being able to be sidelines with you guys, I mean, that's just amazing. And that's such a blessing and has kept me in the business, honestly, all these years. I love the people and I love just being a better Linda. I mean, sometimes I'll tell people like, I shudder to think what I would be like. And if you can do math well, I'm 20 years older than Cristina.
Well, you look amazing. Thank you.
I know.
Thank you. It's
You've got some big shoes to fill over here.
Start early on your skincare. I'm going to just put a plug in for that.
All right. Did any of you have any hesitations before starting your Arbonne business?
Yes. Yes. So because my life looked like the way that it did, and I was working 50, 60 hours a week as a single mom, my son was in double sports. I had all the reasons why not to do this. For me, my biggest hesitation was time. I thought I didn't have enough time or resources. There was a time in my life where, long story short, when I joined Arbonne and then when I did Arbonne are two different seasons in life. So when I joined Arbonne, I was making six figures already. When I decided to do Arbonne, I was broke. So my hesitations were I didn't have enough time and I didn't have the resources. I thought this was not for me. I thought it'd be for, no offense to anyone, please, but I thought this was for privileged stay-at-home moms to do in between eating at Panera and shopping at Hobby Lobby and going to, in your yoga pants all day long with your kids. Like, I thought this was one of those, I thought this wasn't for me. I didn't think I could make this work in my life. And I am so glad, I'm so glad that I did not let that get in the way. I don't want to take up all the time, but yes, hesitations, you name it, I had it. I'm the poster child for all the hesitations.
Same here. Yeah, so same here. For me, I think it was more of like a self-absorbed type hesitations, which I have come to find out that's perfectly normal. There was nothing unusual about me. I didn't want to prey on my friends and family. I didn't want people running from me in the grocery store. I really just had this misconception of what this type social marketing or network marketing type business was really all about. So it took some unlearning and then some new learning to actually know what that this truly is a business and it's a business opportunity and it's just a different way to deliver the product. So for me, it was, yeah, all those hesitations. And a lot of that was the personal growth that I needed to do. And it is no joke about this being a personal development company. And I will tell you, I put that off for a long time thinking, I'm confident. There's nothing wrong with me. I don't need to read those kind of books. Like those are for the, the people that really need help. Well, turns out I needed that more than anybody or more than I thought that I did. So.
Yep. All right, last question for you both. If you had any tips for someone who's just getting started, what would that be?
My tip, jump in and throw the key away and burn the boat, sister, because I think that, honestly, I think we get to live this life one time. And I think that I think we're gifted opportunities. And I know that things come in seasons, and sometimes opportunities can present themselves back into your life. But the feeling of regret is so much worse than the feeling that you'll get of feeling uncomfortable and doing something that you don't know. My recommendation for someone getting started is just jump in, and you'll figure it out along the way, because you're not alone. This business, you're not alone. Like, for example, Linda, she doesn't profit from me at all, but she's one of the biggest gifts in my life, and someone that I sincerely look up to, and has been one of the biggest cheerleaders in my business from the beginning. So don't get in your way, shut the noise out, and really, really start to look at what kind of a life do you want, and start to study those people in this industry that have that life. Our company is very genuine. We have no strings attached. And there's such transparency that you really have nothing to lose and all things to gain. But don't underestimate the impact that your yes can make into someone else's life. Because I have generations ahead of me that said yes, and if it wasn't for their yes, they would have made a decision and it would have been a no for me. And I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for someone else's yes. And so your yes and your willingness can actually impact generations that you have no idea.
I love that.
I love that too. I'm going to ditto again on that one. I love that. I would say to that, I would just add, plug in, and do not quit before payday, for sure, because you don't know when that's coming. Be coachable. Listen to your upline, listen to your upline's upline, follow the system. Arbonne has a system, and it works. And we've been around long enough, over 42 years now, and we know the numbers. So, and it is a numbers game. So a lot of times, almost all the time, we let our own minds hold us back, because this business is like 99% between your ears. And so working on your mind, and give it time and give yourself grace, because this is not a get rich quick whatsoever. Give yourself like a good 4 years to learn really how this business works. And that's 4 years of being consistent. So I think those would be my tips. And yeah, definitely what Cristina said, just you have no idea what is waiting out there on the other side of your fears, on the other side of your hesitations. It's kind of like if we were going to the top of the mountain, the summit, and we could look down and see ahead of us, it would blow our minds. That's what we're told as from the MVPs, that what is out there is incredible, and it's available for everybody. So don't sell yourself short. You have greatness inside of you, and you were meant for more. Don't play small. Just join us. Just give it just do it. Nike.
I love that too. And I'm just going to quickly mention, like, there's such little risk with this. It's not even funny. Like, most people who start their own business, there's great risk. There's such little risk. So I also ditto that. Like, just jump in. What do you have to lose? If anything, you have better skin, healthier, all the other things too, not to mention. So thank you both so much. I'm just going to take this moment to open it up for any questions from the group.
Sure.
Just unmute yourself or ask me, and I can try to unmute you. Raise your hand if you have a question.
No questions?
I have a question for Linda.
I love it. Okay, go ahead, Cristina.
I actually have one. Linda, you've been in Arbonne for quite a while. We both have. Can you just touch on some of the characteristics from the leadership that you've been exposed to, as far as what sets them apart from maybe leadership in another industry, maybe corporate America, or even just owning your own brick and mortar business. There's characteristics that I noticed about all of you guys that are very distinct. Can you touch on some of those?
Sure, I can. I mean, I really think it would be cool to hear from everybody else, because I feel like that's the first thing that you notice when you come into Arbonne, is that you notice the characteristics of people. Definitely integrity, willing to work hard and roll up your sleeves, because that's what it means to be an entrepreneur. It means willing to put in the sweat labor. And I remember hearing that in the beginning and thinking like, well, I'm used to corporate and, looking nice. I don't know if I want to get sweaty, but it's a different kind of sweat. But it just means willing to do the work until, and those are the characteristics of people. I think people that are free thinkers, they're big thinkers. They're what I heard recently called world-class thinkers. And that's like, and then you have your middle-class thinkers, and then you have your low-class thinkers. And I would say that at the top of Arbonne and Arbonne Corporate, that's where you're going to really see those world-class thinkers. And you want to hang around with those people. You want to rub elbows with them. You want to learn from them. And servant heart. I mean, oh my goodness, I get chills when I even think about the way that the world is being changed through not just the top leaders either. I mean, there are consultants who are doing things out there who just are on these missions to make the world a better place or help somebody's life just to be a little bit better. So I think those, a loving heart and professional. I mean, if that's one thing I can say about Arbonne, is like, it is people that are professional. That doesn't mean a stay-at-home, mom can't be professional, or a kindergarten teacher be just as professional as a bank president or, a school superintendent. So I love that too. But how about you guys? What do you say? Like, let's just unmute and throw out some words. Or
That's a good idea.
Don't make me call on you. Oh, here you go. Oh, let's see. Okay. Or you can put it in the chat if you want. I'll open up the chat so I can see it. Somebody say something and I'll.
Well, I just think that in the industry, we're very, very unique and set apart. And you can feel like have been around a lot of our leadership. And I think that's like the biggest investment I could have made in myself, is going to these conferences where I've heard other people go, I can't get the time off, I don't have enough money. And instead of saying, I can't, I won't, it's how can I, and what will, to get around these people and to be in the lines with NVPs and just talk to them, and they're regular people and extremely humble. That's something that stuck out to me. Unique, humble, and just set apart in the industry, really.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's all I have.
Thanks, girls.
Anybody else? All right. Well, I just want to thank you all for your time tonight. I'm excited if this has made an impact on anybody, and just to see if it's made an impact for you. So thank you all. Have a great night.
Yes, thank you so much. And I just want to say, get with the person who invited you to take a look at this, and sit down and have a cup of tea, have a business chat, and truly take a closer look at it, because that really helped me to take a closer look and just to really understand and kind of, flush out some of those preconceived notions. So, all right, Robin, you did an awesome job. Thank you so much. And have a really blessed night.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Bye.